I'm Muna Al-Hayani, a teacher at Toledo Early College High School. As educators in the 21st century, it is a burden, but also a joy to think about how we need to teach students real-world applications. We need to tailor our lessons to allow students to use what we're teaching them in their everyday lives, because we're not just teaching them how to pass a test or to get through material, we're building their character. We want them to take what they've learned and we want them to apply it to their everyday lives and how they treat people, how they approach societal issues, how they look at race and gender and any kind of human rights issue that they deal with. That is the power of the RFK Center and the work that they do. Students really are driven to even mimic what the human rights defenders are doing on their own level. As educators, we are responsible for cross-curricular ties. And what that means is that we're bringing in all the other disciplines as we teach, especially in a project-based school. We want students to connect the dots in math and science, in English and history. Connecting those dots allows them to internalize information better, and their overall understanding and appreciation for what they're learning, I think, becomes better when we bring in cross-curricular ties.
Racial and cultural identity, gender identity, those are all issues that are directly related to human rights.
When we think about human rights and speak truth to power, it is important to note that it transfers to all disciplines. It is something that students are able to apply in math and science and English and social studies, and they can also look at what they're interested in. If they're interested in science, they can choose a defender who deals with science or the environment or climate change. It is directly related to what students' interests are, and I think that's the beauty of it.
You will have to do a Speak Truth to Power film on a human rights defender, and I will...
Doing work for the American Federation of Teachers introduced me to the Speak Truth to Power Human Rights Film Contest. I got permission from the school district to incorporate it into the National Honor Society curriculum that I use. I really focus on the biographies of the defenders for the film contest, and I introduce them to students so students can start to see who a human defender really is. And when students look at the defenders, they're looking at it from a global perspective. As teachers, we're always trying to make them see at a grassroots local level how they can affect change. Even Malala or some of the other human rights defenders, students can take the spirit of Malala, they can take the dedication of Malala, and that's how I try to use the curriculum and use the films and use the stories of the defenders to try to get students to understand that they, as students in Toledo, Ohio, or wherever they live, can also be change makers and can be human rights defenders.
And if you don't take action and you don't teach your peers how to take action, who is going to be your voice?
My classroom is a place where students can express themselves on issues they face, on issues they disagree with. As long as they have facts to back up what they're saying, I allow them to have a free platform to do so. Me setting up my classroom that way has made students understand that their voices do really matter.
You can be a human rights defender and use social media as an avenue to get the word out.
Teaching human rights in the classroom, I think, is the basis for all other academic learning. It is a rock that we can step on in order to look at all of the issues that we have to teach our students, no matter which subject area we teach. Having a platform like Speak Truth to Power curriculum is that students can take pieces that they've learned, they can look at the strengths and the passion and the power of these defenders, and they can make it applicable in their own lives. They can also be human rights defenders because one person does make a difference.